Hello guys, welcome. In the last class, I was talking about support and resistance, the different kinds of trend we have. I talked about trend lines. I talked about horizontal support and resistance. I talked about how to make profits from different kind of markets, both markets trending up, markets trending down. I talked about horizontal support and resistance. I talked about breakouts and some other things I talked about, right? So in this particular class, we'll be talking about um, how to read news on the forex market. We're going to talk about how to read news. I remember in the beginning of this class, I said that there are two types of analysis in forex. I said we have fundamental analysis, fundamental analysis, and technical analysis. Technical analysis. All the topics we have been covering, both support and resistance, all the indicators we talked about, all the indicators we talked about, they are all technical analysis tools. I remember I said that fundamental analysis tools is when you are trading the news, where it involves using news events to make trading decisions. So there are so many sites where you can get different news, right? Different news that affects different currencies. But the main one I'm going to be using for this explanation is Forex Factory, forexfactory.com, 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 right? Now, apart from forexfactory.com, we have an app called Investing. Investing. It's also an app that gives you updated information on different news events. Remember, I talked about non-farm payroll in the beginning of this class and the basics NFP, where I said that NFP is a news release released on the first of every first Friday of every month, right? And I said that is the most powerful fundamental news in the whole forex market, and it affects all pairs attached to USD. That's all USD pairs, right? So I said it affects all USD pairs. Let's see, anything attached to USD, all USD pairs. So um, let's go straight to forexfactory.com so I can explain to you how to take advantage of news events. Okay, so the first thing to do is to type the site forexfactory.com on your browser, right? Once the site has opened, then this is how the site is, right? Now the site releases different key information I'll be talking about, right? It has different informations we'll be talking about. This is different news, but this is not our key focus. But these are news that actually affect the price of or the movement of price. You understand? So see this one. Um, Fed won't flinch as labor market starts falling off. These are those different um, analysis by market makers or people that are, or let's say federal government, central banks of different countries. You understand? So like see a news like this, it says Canadian dollar may lose ground even as the news like this can make card pairs to go down. But that's not our main focus for now. Now we have different kind of news. We have high impact news, we have medium impact news, low impact news, and I think these are the three major ones. So let's go to how to get to that place. So this thing like funnel here, you click on it first. When you click on it now, see the different kinds of impact. This red represents very high impact. It means that any news that is red marked with red is a very high impact news. What it means is that it can easily affect the movement of price of the currency, it is marked by that red. Then this orange represents like a medium impact news. Then this yellow represents low impact news. Then this brown represents there's no impact. You understand? So let's just then these are the pairs: AUD, CAD, Swiss franc, Japanese yen, euro, Great British pounds, Japanese yen, New Zealand dollars, United States dollars. These are the main pairs that they release news about. Then, if you remember, when I was explaining, I talked about different fundamental analysis, growth. So these are the things they bring out news about the growth of different economies, the inflation, employment data, information released by the central banks, um, um, speeches. These are just different news. These are different topics that the news they release revolves around, right? So what we do now is to just apply filter. Apply. Let me click on these two. We'll come back and uncheck these three because our primary focus is this high impact news. So let's just for teaching purpose. Let me leave them first, right? So we apply filter and go back now. We are not seeing any news here yet because this is Sunday, right? So let's go back to yesterday. No news. Yesterday was weekend. Then these are news releases on Friday. News events that were released on Friday. So you see this one's on yellow are low impact news. They don't have much impact. But you see this one USD. It's a high impact news. Now all these news are released at a particular time, right? And the time they release this news determines the movement of price in the forex market at that particular time. You understand? At that particular time. So like now for this one now, let's say I want to. I've seen this USD core PCE price index, right? And I want to trade it on fundamental analysis. Now, you first of all have to mark out the time to take place, and so that you can be present. So that immediately they release the news, you can check some important data that I will be showing you now. So now let's say I want to trade this high impact news. What you do is to click on it, right? Now we have three key or maybe two key things we need to focus on. This is the actual value. This is the forecast value. Now if the news has not yet been released yet, the only value you see is value for the forecast. That is the value that market analysts are forecasting that it will be. You understand? So but when they now release the actual value, then this now appears, right? So now, how do we know how to make use of this information? How do we not make use of this information? So now this is what you do. When you click on any news, you click on this let me go back, sorry, so I can explain better. You click on this thing like a folder. You click on it now. Now this is information about the news. Say the source of the news is from Bureau of Economic Analysis, right? Then measures, you say it measures change in the price of goods and services purchased by customers, excluding food and energy. Then usual effects, that is the effect of this news. What it means that when the actual when the actual is greater than forecast, is good for currency. The actual value being released when it is greater than the forecast value. Actual value when it is greater than forecast value, it means that it is good for the currency. What it means is that if the actual value is greater than forecast, the market will buy. If the actual value is less than the forecasted value, the market will sell. That is just exactly what it means. No big deal about the whole thing. So now, these are some other information if you want to know about them. It said these are differs from core, but you don't really need those things. You just need, this is just the main thing you need, the effect of um the news on the currency. That's what you just need. So when you are, let's say, for tomorrow now, there are different news events that if I want to trade them, I take note of the time they be released. The value for the forecast will be there because it's usually released before time by market analysts. Now, what I am going to be waiting for at that particular time of release is the actual value, to know if the forecast, if the actual value is greater than that of the forecast. If the value of actual value is greater than the value for the forecast, it means that the currency is going to buy. For it to buy, what does it mean? I just look for a buying position in the currency and buy. So now let's go back to um let's go back to our this window. Now, like I said, there are different. These are low impact news. This is medium impact news, right? Then the one on red is high impact news. And remember, once you have this value for the actual has been released, right? And at the particular time it's released, what you do now is to go back to your MetaTrader app. Then, if, like in this case, it is USD. So what it means, you can pick any USD pair, any pair that has USD, right, and trade it. So if the actual value is greater than the forecast, what it means is that I can pick any USD pair, right, and buy it, and I will make profit. You understand? So let me go to Monday. This was Friday. Saturday, no news. Sunday, no news. But there are news events for tomorrow. Yes. So if you are checking from tomorrow now, there's no serious news event, no high impact news. Let's check this USD, this medium impact news, and see this one here and see. So what you just do is you click on it. No, there's no data that has been released about it. All these ones, there's a hair. Look at this one, this low impact. If you notice, the um, value for the forecast has been released, right? Like I said. So if I want to trade this market by 7 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, Nigerian time, what I just need to do is to wait and check back exactly 7 o'clock. Once I check back and I notice that the value for the actual value given to us here is greater than that of the forecast, what it means is that I can pick any EUR pairs and any EUR pair and buy it. That's just it. So if you click on this, this is just information. See, they said usual effect of this news on the market said when the actual is greater than forecast, it means it is good for the currency. All right, so let me go back to uh, previous news events so I can give better examples or explanations so you understand it practically how it works. Understand it practically how it works. Okay, let's go back. Friday. Okay, so now let's go and check the effect of this particular news. If you check for this Friday on, the actual value and the forecast value are actually the same, so there was no much impact on the market. Let's go back and look for another market where the actual value is greater than that of the forecast so that we can. Okay, let's check this one. Now see this particular um, news release, right, that was released by 1:30 in the afternoon. The actual value is less than that of the forecast value, right? Meaning that what the market will sell. Let's go back again. Let's go back. Okay, this is NZD. Let's look for a news event where the actual value is greater than that of the forecast. Okay, see this one, EUR. Yes, see this news event, that is European, um, that is euro, right? Now in this case, the value for the actual value that was released was greater than that of the one that was forecasted. What it means is that that particular EUR pairs we pump at this particular time. So let us get some information about it to just know what it's all about. They said it measures the level of the efficient index based on surveyed purchasing managers in the manufacturing industry, right? They said actual greater than forecast is good for the currency. So then why trade and scare? It said it is a leading indicator of economic health. Businesses react quickly to market conditions, and their purchasing managers hold perhaps the most current and relevant insights into the company's view of the company. But this is just your main interest, the effects, like I said before. So let's say this news was just released, right? And I want to trade it. Remember, it must be on time. It was released 8:30, right? EUR, that is European pair. So what we do now is go to our MetaTrader app, open a EUR pair, right? EUR pair, EUR pair, any EUR pair, then check on the 24th to the 24th for us to be able to see a practical example of the impact of the news at that particular time. Okay, we have opened. We are going to make use of EUR/USD for our example. So now let's go back to the Forex factory. So now this news was released on the 24th of May, right, around 8:30 a.m. 8:30. So we go back to our MetaTrader app, and like remember I taught us that these dotted lines represent separation of days. You understand? From this date, this date 26, 26, 27. So remember our primary interest is 24th, 8:30. So we are going to go to 24th. This is 24th. From here to here is 24th, right? Remember I taught us that the crosshair cursor, once you click on crosshair cursor and touch any candle, it will tell you the time the candle formed and the dates. So remember we're looking for 8:30 on 1 hour time frame. 8:30, 8:30, right? This is 6, this is 7, this is 8 o'clock, right? So from what we can see here, see the time here, 8. This is the candle that formed from 8 to 9. The news didn't have much effect on this particular um EUR/USD. It didn't really move the market that much. It didn't even move it at all. Because see the candle where it formed, this one here, there was no sharp price movement. So we can say that this particular one did not really move the market. Let's go and check for another news event and see if we can get anyone that actually moved the market very well. Let's go to 23rd and see. Okay, GBP. Okay, they didn't release any information that day. GBP. Let's check this medium one. Okay, this is EUR on Monday 23rd. Although this is a medium impact news, the value for the actual value was greater than that of the forecast, meaning that at that particular time, 9 o'clock in the morning, the market pumps, right? So let's go and check EUR, any European or any European pair, and see what happened on 23rd by 9 a.m. 23rd. On 23rd, this is 23rd, from this point to this point. So click on crosshair cursor on 23rd by 9 a.m. Okay, this is 9 a.m. It was only just one single candle that pumped. So if you have bought, immediately you saw the news and you bought the market, you would have been able to catch pips from this point to this point. And one thing you need to take note about fundamental and releases is that you don't aim for high pips, right? You just target 10 to 20 pips, use bigger lot size and run, because most of the time the market won't, because a news release was released, it won't continue pumping up or going down. You understand? So what you just do is target small. Like in this case, if you entered after seeing the news release by 9, and you enter, let's say you picked a small take profit and use a bigger lot size and entered, you'd have seen major profit. So let's check for one last example. Let's go back. Um, let's check something else. Okay, let's check this. No, this is a low impact news. It don't have any much impact. Let's go back. This was Sunday last week. This was Saturday last week. Okay, let's check this. This is EUR, right? For this one was released by 7. The forecast, the actual value was greater than that of the forecasted value, meaning that at 9 a.m. this GBP pairs was to pump, right? So let's go and check it on the 20th by 7 a.m. Let's see the impact of this news. 20th by 7 a.m. GBP, right? 20th by 7 a.m. Let's go and check it. Okay, so we're going to use GBP JPY. 20th by 7 a.m. 20. Let's see if the news had any impact. 20th, right? So this should be 20th GBP. Okay, this is 20th by 7 a.m. This is 20th 7. Yes. So 20th by 7 a.m. Look at it here, right? See the candle here. It pumped, but like I told you before, it won't pump for a long time. So what you do is to target a small pip value, 10 to 20 pips. Look at it here. This candle that formed here. Just target small. Before, fundamental releases used to shake the forex market massively, but it doesn't happen like that again. It doesn't really used to move. Even this non-farm payroll, which used to be the most powerful, or which is the most powerful news release or fundamental release, used to shake the market a lot, but it's not really the case now. When Donald Trump was still president of the United States of America, most of the time, once he tweets about any economic policy, you notice that there's a huge rise or drop in price, because he's the president of the most powerful nation in the world. So when he speaks, it shakes a lot of markets. But currently, I've not really seen any news release that have really pumped the markets massively as it used to be before. Understand? So normally, the main thing that moves markets is fundamental analysis. Fundamental analysis first, then technical analysis is the byproduct of fundamental analysis. So when news releases or when news events pumps the markets either up or down, then technical analysis is what forms as a result of what has happened due to fundamental analysis. So this is it for news and how to trade the market using um, um, fundamental analysis, using Forex Factory as an example. So like I said, you can download this app, investing.com. Let me show us the app. It will give you it also gives news releases. Let me show you the app.